Hello, so we're back, and this time we have a nice laptop to repair, Acer Nitro. Now, I'm not gonna show you the customer email, but I'm gonna show you the laptop, so check here. The customer sent me a £50 pizza voucher, and he is saying, "Greeting, Sorin, I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. Inspired by your laptop repair, I decided to make my own channel on YouTube to start learning, but I'm unable to fix this Acer Nitro laptop. Please help me remove some capacitors at bonus point for any proper calibrated wire." My laptop powers on, powers off after a few seconds. I tried changing BIOS, it didn't help. I put the original BIOS back on. My 90 volts, 5 volts, 3.3 rails are present, but my 3.3 power supply chip gets hot under the thermal camera when the laptop try and boots, but I cannot see any short, so I replace the chip and it's the same issue. And we spoke about this particular chip, which is providing the 3.3 LDO. When the chip is getting hot, because it's a linear power supply, you have to think, okay, where is supplying the power? And that chip is supplying power to the EC chip. But something doesn't make sense because the customer is saying the laptop is coming on and goes off. That means the EC chip is up and running. Pressing the power button, yeah, check that, coming on. And goes off. So this is a mystery. I mean, why the LDO power supply it will get hot if the AC chip is up and running? And here we have the schematic. Yeah, here we have the schematic probably from the we have the main 3.3 power rail, and we have the LDO. Yeah, LDO, and also we should have LDO 5 volts. No, we don't have LDO 5 volts here. Now you have to understand this is a switching power supply, so the MOSFETs are inside of the chip. You have here the coil, and it's bouncing the coil to ground and plus, and it's creating this power rail. Now this power rail is protected against anything, high temperature, short circuit, whatever, because it's a switching power supply. The chip cannot get hot just because you short that power rail. But the LDO one, which is a linear power supply, it will make the chip get hot if there is something is getting too much current. And when I'm saying too much current, it's like over 150 milliamps or even less. Oh yeah, 150 to 300 milliamps. Now here we can see some signals from the EC chip, which probably the customer checked. I will say, let's open the laptop and try to help this customer. I mean, clearly here we are speaking about a skilled guy, so I really doubt I can fix this, but at least we can diagnose the laptop. i7 and RTS graphics, so it's quite a new one. And the laptop, it's open. Yeah, that's a classic motherboard. We have the EC chip here. Chipset. And it's looking weird. Do you think anyone replaced the chipset? Really? So to me, it looks like someone replaced the chipset. BIOS chip. The thing with the BIOS chip, if you replace the chipset, then you have to do like a clean ME or use like a, like a fresh BIOS. EC chip, it's a KB EC chip. Okay, the battery is connected, sorry. 48 ohms. Let's check one more time. Yeah, everything is fine. Yeah, all good. At least on this side is looking fine. Let's plug the charger. 19 volts, plug in the charger. It's taking like 10 milliamps. Plug in the battery. The laptop is taking 240 milliamps. This is the pre-charge current, or the battery is fully charged. Yeah, 2.3 amps. So the charging is fine. I'm gonna unplug the battery. Let's start the laptop and see the current. It's taking like 80 milliamps. Yeah. So the AC chip is doing the job, but the chipset is not. So this is clearly related with the chipset. I'm curious what chip is getting hot. Why the chip is getting hot? I mean, from what I've seen, the LDO power supply is not taking power. Yeah, the chipset is getting hot on one corner, actually on two corners. But you can't see there. I can see here, but you can't see it. And obviously that chip, check there. You can see how the chip, it's actually pulsing. Check there. Check that chip. Which is from this coil. Let's check the voltage there. Actually, it's no voltage there. But still, the chip is pulsing. It's like alive, you can see. Let's check the LDO. I'm assuming the LDO has to be somewhere here on a capacitor. Here you have 3.2, probably that's the LDO. Yeah. So the LDO is stable, no problem with the LDO voltage. But output. So what I'm gonna do, I disconnected the charger, I'll lower the voltage. 3.2, coming on that coil. And it's taking 140 milliamps. Lol. So why the chip is pulsing? Let's check the enable. So we have the schematic here. So what do we want to check now is the enable. You have the power good pin, but that's not, it will not be present if the 3.3 is missing. Enable LDO and 3 volts enable pin number 12. Pin number 12. Pin number 12 is 0 volts. So this is not enabled. Now, if you ask me, okay, Sonny, but how we can test that power supply? Very simple. We can manually enable that power supply, yeah? So this is the output, yeah, of the big 3.3. So I'm gonna short this one, which is LDO 3.2 volts. So I'm gonna short the LDO with the enable pin. Check on the screen, we have 3.3. That's how you can test a chip if it's working. I mean, it's always connected to 19, so all what you have to do is to come with like 3.3 on the enable pin. So this power supply is good. I mean, if the enable is present, it is outputting 3.3, so nothing wrong with that power supply. I'm not sure why the chip is doing that kind of weird thingy, but for me it's looking good. Looking good, yeah. Who knows? Anyway, let's try to power on the laptop and check the voltage on this coil. So the laptop is on and we have 3.3. Yeah, the chip is working fine. Nothing wrong with the chip. Here we have 5 volts. Pressing the power button. Here we have 1.8. So everything is fine here. And here we have, yeah, here is supposed to be the RAM voltage, but it's not present. And that's because the chipset It's not doing anything. It's not starting the power supply. It's not starting basically the board. Obviously, the RAM voltage is missing. So if you want my opinion about this particular job, I will say the customer replaced the chipset, which was banned, shorted. Of course, he bought a chipset probably from, from internet where all chipsets are second-hand from the motherboards. So the chipset is dead. I mean, this chipset should have around 50 ohms, right? Now, from my experience, should be like 50 ohms. And here you have nothing, 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 nothing. Here 100 ohms. 100 ohms, it's way too high. So, either this chipset is not good, it's burned, most likely, or the chip is not soldered properly on place. I believe the chipset, it is soldered on place because I seen the chipset getting warm. But the resistance of the chipset, which is like infinite resistance on this coil, you can see. I mean, here should be like 50 ohms, 30, 40, 50 ohms, something like that. And we have nothing. No, nothing. The chipset is dead on this one. And I don't know how can I help this customer. I mean, what you will do in my place? I cannot gamble with chipsets. No, I can't do it. All I can do is to share the details with the customer, and he can move forward with this repair. I mean, he can gamble with chipset. He can order another one, and yeah. I think the only chipset which worked, you remember when we replaced the chipset, was the one from eBay, one from the Germany. You remember? It was quite expensive, that chipset. I think it was like 60 pounds, something like that. And that one, yeah, did work. And even the second time, if I remember, I bought the chipset exactly from the same guy. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I will upload the video so the customer can have an idea about the problem. But I think probably he knows that's the problem. But on his mind thought, okay, I bought a brand new chipset, so the chipset is not the issue, but it is. It's brand new because they made it like brand new. They clean it, they put like new solder balls, and they are selling like new. Well, all chipsets are second-hand from faulty boards. Intel is not selling chipsets. You know what? I check on YouTube because he said he has his own YouTube channel, and the only things I checked is by the name, yeah. And I found the YouTube channel, and actually, he has a video trying to repair this laptop. So this is the YouTube channel, and for me, it looks like he is a skilled guy. So you can subscribe to his channel, and that's fine. So he tried to repair the laptop. Let me change the sound.
Pressing the power button, and it was registering that I pressed the power button. It was staying on for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then just switching back off.
Let me see what he's checking with the thermal camera. Meanwhile, I emailed and I explained him, and he said he didn't replace the chipset, so possible the technician before him. I mean, check here. He even has a special probe to trigger the power button.
And then I'll be able to use the probe on here just to take that 3.3 on the keyboard, connect to pin 1 to ground, and that should start up the laptop.
Yeah, clearly he is a skilled guy. Now let's see when he's checking with the thermal camera.
I am going to use this probe connected to a ground to short out the
Check that
keyboard
chip.
connector.
Check that chip on the.
So
It's
we'll do that
still
now.
pulsing. You can see the chip.
All right, now the laptop shut. Yeah, there we go. PCH is getting warm.
He has a same signal, thermal signature,
Glowing.
same as me.
Oh,
And that chip, check there.
got something here as well.
That chip
now
is
it's
still
cooled down.
pulsing. Now, few things, yeah. You got everything right with the diagnosis. I checked also the first part. This is the second part of the video. I will apologize for my voice. I have like a cold. What I will do on your place or with this laptop, I mean, probably you've seen my video, obviously. I'm not moving forward if I don't get the right reading on the coils. And the chipset coils, it show me like infinite resistance. For me, it's like a no-go. Especially when you see the laptop is coming on, means the ECGPT is reading the power button, but then it's switching off. So clearly something is wrong with the PCH. So you went way far just ignoring the coil measurements. But I'm pretty impressed by your videos. I checked both videos, and you are on the right path. Yeah, just you have. I think this is the hard part, yeah, to admit. Okay, here is nothing what I can do. Just lose time. I mean, you check check the coils. You see in the coil it's not right, and that's the point you have to stop, because even if you continue, you will only lose time. The probability to fix that laptop is very low. Now, looking at your video, looks like you have time. On this case, you can fix this laptop. Yeah, you can replace the chipset. You can gamble. I don't know, buy some cheap chipsets from AliExpress, or buy a proper one from a different place. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure based on what I'm seeing, you are able to repair this one. Yeah, you can replace that chipset easily. With the hot air from behind, that will not be a problem. All you need after that, like a EMI clean, or like a fresh BIOS there, and should work. Should work. Hard to say. Here are so many variables because we don't know why the laptop died. So it's like a huge risk. Even if you replace the chipset, you know, we don't know if the CPU is good, if the GPU is good. It's extremely risky. Now, regarding the pulsing chip, yeah, uh, you have to ignore these kind of things. I mean, the chip is providing the 3.3 LDO. It is providing the LDO. Yeah, it's providing the big 3.3. Yeah, when you start the board, it's providing 3.3. Then I don't care about the other things. I mean, yeah, you can go like deep. I can grab like the oscilloscope and try to find exactly the problem. Most likely, some ceramic capacitor around that chip, or who knows? Maybe the enable signal is PWM instead of like always on 3.3. That's not the problem. Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is the chip is doing the job. It's providing two different power rails. The voltage is right. So yeah, it's not really point trying to diagnose why that chip is pulsing if it's doing the job. I'm gonna stop now. I will say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like the video. Also, check his channel and press the subscribe button. And probably see you on the next one. Yeah. Yeah, the Christmas is gone and the New Year is coming. Yeah. Happy New Year. Yeah. Bye.